Yo, it's Underground Rap News. Today we're going to be here interviewing Slaygod. And before we get into it, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to help support the channel and help support him. So we're just going to jump right into it. The first question I have for you is how did you come up with your artist name?
So when I started, I just used my initials, which was just CPG, and like I thought that was just like bland. And then like back in school, I was like kind of a player low key. So then I always said like I was like the god of that. So just Slay God.
All right. So what city did you grow up in?
I was born in Pittsburgh, but I moved up where I'm at currently, Meadville. I've been out here ever since.
All right. So how old are you right now?
I'm 22.
All right. So how would you describe your childhood and how did that lead up to you deciding to pursue a career in music?
My childhood, there was definitely a lot of music involved in my childhood. Like I was always listening to like rapping, kind of like anything low key. And then like I had a pretty good childhood. Like everybody supported me and whatnot. I didn't start music till like kind of late-ish, sort of, but I've
Mhm.
always wanted to do it. So music's always been like involved in my life.
Yeah. All right. So my next question for you is when was the moment that you decided you want to actually record your first song and actually like become a rapper? And what was the story behind that?
So it was when I was in ninth grade. Me and my bro Bryson, his music, BC with the Zip, shout out to him. Me and him was sitting in class and we just decided one day it was like fuck it, like we just gonna start making some songs. But like we didn't have it set up or nothing. I just had my phone. I had a FL Studio on the phone. And shout out to my teacher because he let us go in there was like a little printer room.
Mhm.
Him and I would go in there and then we would just make songs during that class. And then we ended up making our first song like a couple days later. So and then we made our own accounts and shit.
Mhm. All right. So who would you say are some of your biggest inspirations?
I listen to a lot of people for real, so like I don't have like a certain person that like inspires me. Like I said, I listen to a lot of people. Like I listen to like Isaiah. I listen to a lot of like old rappers like Ludacris and like Jeezy. It's just too many people. But
Mhm.
like with my music, I try to like I take like pieces of their sound and I like throw it in. So it's kind of like a jumble of like everybody I listen to.
All right. So what would you say are some of the biggest challenges that you faced in your career and how did you overcome them?
Um Definitely early on, because I've been making music since 2016, but it wasn't even until like last year that I finally got like locked in with it. And like the main thing for real is just like motivation. And like I got burnt out like real easily. So like I'd make like, because I used to be a producer before I started making songs. So like after like 50 or so beats, like I didn't even make any type of music for like a few months for real.
Mhm.
And like I just had to like just randomly like jump into it. So lack of motivation, that's definitely the thing that's held me back a lot until recently.
All right. So, how did your friends and family react when you first started making music?
Um, I mean, there was a lot of people in my school that were hating, of course, because like people hate
Mhm.
just to hate.
Yeah.
But most people definitely supported it. Like my family, I didn't really like I lived with my grandparents and like they were cool with it, but like they don't really like know much about that stuff. So they were just kind of like, oh yeah, like go ahead. But like they ain't really like know nothing about it. But like my friends though, my friends have supported me since like day one of it.
All
Like
right.
they've seen the whole like timeline of my music career.
Mhm. So, all the way from that first song up until now, what would you say has been your number one favorite moment in your career?
Probably probably just seeing how much work, like how much more work I've put in since the beginning. Cause like when I first started music, like me and my bro, like it was mainly just me and him. Like it was always me and him on a song. Like I made some solos, but like not a lot. And like he made some, but not a lot. It was usually me and him. And like we made like a lot, but it wasn't like good quality or nothing, like since we had just the phone and stuff. But then like upgrading, like seeing the progress with like where we started to where we're at now, like that's probably like my favorite part of it all is like watching the whole progression of it.
Mhm. So, my next question for you I'm sure the fans are wondering, do you have any new music in the works right now? And when can we expect your next release?
I got tons and tons. I got stuff scheduled all year. Like back in it was like the beginning of this year. Like I had like 70 some songs. I just uploaded all of them and scheduled them for random dates. And I got two albums. I got one coming out on my birthday, which is in November. I just
Hmm.
posted the cover and the track list last night. And then my other album I'm dropping sometime in December before New Year's. And then I got like 50 or so singles that I'm gonna just randomly drop throughout all that. And then I don't know, I have so many songs. Like I probably got like another tape I'm about to like release probably like beginning of next year. So I don't want to push out like too much like too soon.
Hmm.
But yeah, I got a whole lot of stuff coming.
All right. So, what are some of your biggest goals that you want to accomplish by the end of 2024?
I definitely want to start promoting more. That's one thing I've lacked throughout my whole music career is I really have not been promoting stuff. I've just been focused on solely just making stuff. And then like I just randomly drop whatever I drop. I ain't really like post about it too much or like nothing like that. Like I would just post it when it dropped and I ain't really done nothing after that. So promotion for sure.
Hmm. All right. My next question for you, would you ever consider signing to a label? And if you did, what would that ideal contract need to look like,
I ain't signing to a label. That shit's rigged.
no matter what they offer?
Nope. I'm
All right.
everything independent, doing all of it solo, doing it on my own. Cause I've been all this music stuff, I've done it on my own from the get go. Like when I first started music, I made my own beats and mixed it, all that stuff.
Mhm.
I rap on other people's beats now, but like mixing and all that stuff I still do on my own. So I don't ever plan to sign to nobody.
All right. So, who are the top three artists you want to collab with someday in your career?
Man, see that's another hard question because there's so many that I fuck with. But I have to say probably Isaiah TG, that'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool because like he's like the main person that kind of like where I kind of got my style from. But as for the others, like I'm really open to work with anybody, honestly. Like I can match
Mhm.
any vibe, genre, like whatever, to work with
Mhm.
whoever.
All right. So, who's been your favorite artist you've collabed with so far?
Um, Back in 2020, I did a little bit of work with Yeet before he had his come up. Um, my favorite producers, Eddie Gianni and Oscar 100. I contacted them, did some stuff with them. I made a song with Texaco. I got a song with Can somewhere in my files. So there's been like a good amount of people that I've done some work with. It ain't been consistent. It was like kind of like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
But like to look back and say that I've done that, that's kind of like a milestone for me.
Mhm. So, you said you collabed with Yeet. What's the story behind that?
He posted on his story. It was like a sale on placements because this is when I was just making beats. I wasn't even making songs.
Mhm.
But it was like I forget how much it was. It was real like it was barely anything though. So I just texted him saying like I'm money ready, let's do something. And
All
then he
right.
got back to me, sent his junk. I sent him the shit, and then he sent the stuff back. It was fire. I still got that sitting in my folder.
All right. So, my next question for you, out of all the songs in your discography right now, what would you say is the most slept on song that a lot of your fans don't give enough love to?
I ain't really ever thought about that. Like I've made so much music in this past year. Like I could list off a few of them for real, but my one song Intoxicated, I feel like that one ain't getting enough love. Um There's like a few songs on some of the tapes I've dropped. I feel like Sensitive. I fuck with that one heavy. Crash Out. I feel like that song slept on too. Like I got a
Mhm.
bunch of vibes in there. I feel like don't get like the love I feel like it should.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So, what would you say is the biggest thing that makes you different from other artists?
I say I say my mindset. Cause like a
Mhm.
lot of people they're so stuck on being like this hard ass and like, like just trying to act all like macho and dominant on people and whatnot. And like I just find that kind of stupid for real. Like obviously like staying on your business, but like just putting yourself out there as this like super duper masculine dude and like all that. Like I just think that's stupid.
Mhm.
Like I feel like I'm a real humble person. Like, I'm cool if you're cool. I'm open for I'm open to giving advice, helping people out, motivating, like all that stuff. And I feel like a lot of people lack that these days. So I feel like that's my biggest thing that stands out.
All right. So do you have any other hobbies outside of music?
I play games, but really all I do is I really just do music, honestly.
Mhm.
That's like my main focus.
What are some of your favorite games?
I be playing Overwatch with my girl. I play like Roblox with my friends. I play a whole bunch of like random stuff, like a bunch of like oldies and stuff like that.
All right. Do you like any sports?
Yeah, I'm big on NFL.
All right. You got a favorite team?
Seattle.
All right. Surprised it's not the Steelers.
Oh yeah, nah, I'm low key a big hater.
All right. So, my next question for you is, what's your number one biggest red flag in a girl?
If they're not my girlfriend.
All right, that's valid. So,
But like also, I'll keep it real though. Like let's say I didn't have a girlfriend. Shit, my biggest red flag is like I don't like that ghetto shit. I don't like that shit ain't cute. I don't like that ghetto shit
mhm,
at all. Like it's just annoying. And then
yeah,
if you can't communicate, I can't rock with that either. Like I'm not all about that quiet, like oh nothing type shit. Like that's stupid too.
yeah, for
And
sure.
if you ain't supportive also.
Mhm. All right. So, my next question for you is, what's your all-time favorite fast food restaurant?
Chick-fil-A.
All right, that's valid. What's your all-time favorite clothing brand?
I wear a whole bunch of stuff. I'll probably go with Zombie Makeout Club. Like I just fuck with all like the raw like designs and like that like Japanese type shit. Like I think that's just cool.
All right,
Like my closet's filled with all that.
all right. What are some of your dream cars that you want to buy after you blow up?
Probably an Audi, like an
Mhm.
R8. That's like my fave car. But maybe like a CTS Cadillac too. Like I think they sexy.
Yeah, that's valid. All right. So, what would you say are some of the biggest things that motivate you to keep grinding every day?
Um my mother. That's the main reason I do this music for my mother. Like I promised her I was gonna do something with my life, and like she's the one that like put music on me heavy as a kid. So that's the promise I made to her. And I'm just a big optimistic person for real. Like even when shit gets bad, like I know things are gonna get better. So I just always remind myself that. And when things get bad, I just tell myself like, man, like don't trip out. Like it's gonna be all good. And like
Mhm.
that keeps me going. And like also like I said, like how like my favorite thing with my music career is seeing the progress of stuff. Like I'll be telling myself that too. Like I'll be like, I'm gonna just keep getting better and better with it.
All right. So, who would you say is the GOAT of rap in your opinion?
Probably gonna have to give it to Lil Wayne. Like
Mhm.
you really can't like. I mean, you can debate on that, but like he up there. Like there ain't no debate on him being up there at least. But
Yeah,
like
for
in
sure.
my opinion, he the GOAT.
Mhm. All right. So, the final question I have for you is, what's the biggest piece of advice that you'd give to other artists?
Be consistent. That's all you really gotta do is be consistent. Like don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about all the people hating, especially locally. If you only trying to focus on promoting locally, it's gonna be straight hate. Nobody around you wants to see you succeed. So
Mhm.
you just gotta keep pushing stuff out and promotion too. Like I said, like I've been lacking on that. Like just always post your stuff, always post the links. It should even just blow random people up and send a link. Somebody ought to click it.
Mhm.
But you gotta be consistent with that too.
For sure. All right, well, that's all we have for today. Make sure you guys leave a like on this video and leave a comment. Let us know what your favorite part of the interview was. And don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned for future interviews. And send me a DM on Instagram if you want to be interviewed next. And most importantly, make sure y'all go check out Slay God's music. He's got so many bangers out right now. And thanks for watching.